Hey, before we get into this video, if you like content like this, be sure to like, comment, subscribe so I can keep the content going and it can reach other people who may find this interesting as well. In the words of Chris Brown, it all comes down to this. These men do not want to be ostracized or disqualified from a certain group of women who may not particularly be interested in bisexual or fluid or pansexual men. So instead of just manning up and saying I may lose access to a particular group of women because of my experiences or because of what I like and what I'm attracted to, they go online complaining and whining and wanting women to create safe spaces for them to be honest. It's disgusting and I'm tired of it. But we're going to talk about it. So there's a video currently going viral from a black man, and I'm not sure if I'm assuming he may be bisexual or a former downlow man or a man who's had an experience with a trans woman or a gay man. And basically in this video, he's questioning black women on the double standard of how they can have relations with other women and not be considered gay, but when a man has relations with other men, he's automatically considered gay or they don't want him, and why black women aren't open to bisexual men. So I'm going to let you guys watch a little bit of the clip, not too much because it's off of TikTok, and then let's kind of break it down and discuss it. You know, we haven't done this in a while.
So yeah, it's the real. A lot of men are on the DL, down low, doing a lot of shit behind people's back and not being honest about it. A big reason is because they're not given a safe space to be who they are. And what I mean by that is this. When you got a woman who will let you know she's been with the woman before, or she's into women every now and again, they not judged like that. It's looked at in society, it's like, it's cool, it's accepted. You know what I mean? They can sit there and tell you, I'm not gay, I'm not a lesbian, I just, like to mess around with women every now and again. Or I had an experience in college, or I had an experience when I was younger, whatever. And it's accepted. When a man say that, he gay, he got a disease, he this, he that, he can never just have that safe space to be like, well, I had an experience with a transgender, or I had an experience with a man, and it was this, and I'm not gay. It's not something that, I like to do all the time or want to be with a man, anything like that. And I wonder why. I want to know why is it a double standard like that? And ladies, y'all answer me. Why is it a double standard? Because
So y'all have seen the clip, and child, let me calm down because we're going to break it down piece by piece because I know sometimes I move a little fast, and somebody told me that sometimes they want a little more from me. So I'm going to try to slow down. That's only about 1 minute and 10 seconds of the whole video clip. If you want to watch the whole clip for context, basically what I gave you is what you need to know. And that's what we're going to discuss. But if you want to watch the whole thing, I understand how some people are. That is his name. You can go to his TikTok and watch the full video. Go on Instagram and you can read the comments on site. So he starts the video off by saying a lot of men are on the down low /DL and doing things behind people's back. And by people's back, he means their women's back, is because they don't have a safe space to be who they are. Now, this is what he is saying. So before we move on to what he said next, let's break that down. So I have a question for y'all. Is LGBTQ not considered a safe space for men who have an attraction to men or men who have an attraction to trans women? What is LGBTQ? What are LGBTQ spaces for if they're not our safe spaces? What are our gay friends for? What are our gay families for? I don't get it, because you're saying there is a safe space, but here's the thing we have to realize. These are men who are choosing not to identify and align or associate with LGBTQ. So how dare you say that you don't have a safe space? There is a safe space for you. You can come over to LGBTQ and have those conversations. You guys want to isolate and ostracize yourself from us because you feel like you are not one of us. You are looking to participate in the behavior without the title. And I'm sick of it. Everyone wants to have the experiences without the title. Everyone wants to have the gay sex and everyone wants to do this, but don't nobody want to identify or associate with it. So then he goes on to explain the double standard when it comes to women having experiences with other women and not having to be labeled or classified or identified as gay. But the minute that a man tells a woman that he's had a gay experience or a trans attracted experience, they automatically think he's gay, or they think he has some type of disease, or they automatically believe that that's who he is. Even if he says he doesn't want to be with a trans woman or a gay man, they still classify him as gay, bisexual, or whatever. So here's the thing. I don't live in the heterosexual black world. So, I mean, I don't have much to say about that, but this is what I can say. There's a difference between having a one-off experience or a one-off encounter and deciding you don't like something than having sex with men every once in a while. You're getting the two mixed up, and I need you to tackle one thing at a time because I don't want people to get confused. If you had a same-sex encounter or experience and decided that was not for you, therefore you are not same-sex attracted. You're not bisexual. You're not gay. You tried it out. You didn't like it. Move on. You feel me? Now, when you go into saying that you're having sex with trans women every once in a while, or you do enjoy having sex with men, but you don't want to be with a man, or you don't want to be with a trans woman, okay, but you're still attracted to them. You're still having sex with them. So at that point, you are trans attracted, right? Or at that point, you are attracted to men. So you would have to be, bisexual at least? That does not equate to heterosexual. And the only thing I can say to heterosexual black men is, unfortunately, that's a double standard that y'all created. Y'all are the ones who go online saying that y'all like girls who like girls. So y'all have empowered these women to be able to mess around with girls and not have to classify themselves. If y'all are letting women get away with sleeping with women and not telling them that they're at least bisexual, then that's y'all. But obviously, women are not going to adopt the same mindset. They have their opinions and viewpoint and perspective on it, and who are we to change them? Because honestly, if I was a heterosexual man and I'm dating a woman and she tells me that she likes to have sex with women a lot or every now and then, or she enjoys sex with women but she doesn't want to be with women, she's bisexual or fluid or whatever you want to call it. I wouldn't be calling her heterosexual. But if y'all do, that's what y'all do. That's what men have chosen to acquiesce to. That doesn't mean women have to do the same. You're trying to base your argument off the fact that women aren't judged for having relations with other women, but you would need to holler at other men about that because y'all are the ones who aren't judging them. It has nothing to do with them. He goes to say, because it's looked at from society as attractive or cool. But yeah, because men find it attractive because y'all like women and y'all fantasize about having multiple women. Most women probably aren't fantasizing about having two men. Let's move on. Then he goes on to say men can never have that safe space to just say what they are. Yeah, y'all have that same space, but y'all are looking for heterosexual women to accept bisexual actions, basically. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. You want heterosexual women to be okay with you having sex with men or trans women and not having to identify or label yourself. It's not going to happen. Women, I don't see women ever acquiescing to that. Y'all gonna die on that hill. You might as well come out the closet and be happy. Because if you're waiting for women to accept it, they are not going to, and they don't have to. And there are some that do, and there are some that will, but there are a majority that won't. So what are you going to do about it? Live miserable? To me, it's no different than the double standard that these heterosexual men go online spewing hate about women's body count. So in your eyes, if a woman sleeps with a certain amount of men, then she is not worthy of getting a quality man. The women don't have that same standard for men because you guys can have 10 babies, mothers. You guys can have 30 ex-girlfriends. You guys could have been married 3 or 4 times. And when a lot of women's eyes, it still doesn't appreciate you guys as value. But in your mind, if she slept with more than 2 or 3 guys, it depreciates her value. So in a woman's mind, if she knows that you're having sex with men or a trans woman, and she feels like because she's heterosexual, it depreciates your value, you don't feel like she should have a right to make that decision or that choice. Let's talk about what it is. You guys, because I said this in a previous video with the previous guy who blamed black women for men being down low. You men want access to a particular type of woman. And the particular type of woman that you guys want to keep access to are not interested in bisexual or pansexual or fluid men. And you guys have a problem with being counted out. You guys don't want to be disqualified. So you want to be able to participate in all actions. You want to be able to have sex with everyone, LGBTQ. You want to be able to have the options with the women. And no one should be able to judge you. You don't have to answer to no one. No one can disqualify you. It's really delusional to me. And my thing is, okay, even if these guys, because let's say some of them are still attracted to women and they don't want to necessarily be associated with LGBTQ. Okay, so then why not create a space for other men who are just like you so you guys can have those conversations? Why are you guys blaming women for you not having those spaces? So you want the women to accept you. You want the women to not label you, not force you to identify as anything. And then on top of that, women need to also create the space for you to be open and true about who you are. Wow. In the words of Chris Brown, it all comes down to this. It's time for y'all to man up. I guarantee you, if these guys man up and start sharing their experiences and what they like and what they've tried and are open and honest about it, more women will eventually come around because they have no choice. Either I want this type of man or I don't. And if they choose not to, then they can move along. But I'm sure there'll be more women receptive to it when more men start being open about it and I'm not having to go through hoops and barrels to find out about it. But that's just how I feel. I encourage you guys to go watch the full video. Tell me your thoughts, your opinions, like, comment, subscribe. I'll talk to you next time.